We brought them together to talk about a really hard subject that they had no clue what it was before they got here.
All in the hopes that we can teach you, America, that we can discuss the most controversial topics
without being jerks to each other. Imagine that! So stick around, watch the fireworks, because we're about to go live. Welcome to the Art of Dispute, the only show where you can be friended and offended all in the same hour. Because that's just how we roll. America, we have a problem. Crazy problem. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Chris, what's up with our problem?
We refer to it as the 0 to Nazi effect, which is the time it takes when you post your opinion for someone to go from 0 to you're a Nazi. Now I'm going to go outside and, pop 3 tires so you can't claim it on insurance. And go to your neighbor's house and make sure they know that you're just not a great human being altogether. So what we're trying to do is,
change
let people know that it's okay to disagree.
Yes.
Even if you don't know a whole bunch about stuff.
That's right. Disagreement is cool. We're all about it. I promise you, you will not grow a disagree tumor and die. It's all right. We can have to.
Not the tumor.
Meanwhile, production has lost it. You can disagree. It's perfectly okay. And in fact, you should. So, we got a hot topic today. Fun subject. Fun. I don't know if that was the right lingo to use for
Fun
this subject. Whee! It's fun. Euthanasia.
We're not doing that one, are we?
I don't know.
No, we're doing the conversion.
Oh yeah. Well, equally fun.
Yeah, equally fun.
All right.
We talk about stuff like during the breaks and before
It's
the show.
7:02.
Sometimes we forget what the heck we're talking about. We talk about so much stuff, I forget.
Yeah, we're gonna find some discourse there.
Yeah. So, we're talking about conversion therapy. Now, this is kind of an old school subject, but here's the question: if somebody has a belief that it's about homosexuality, if a family has a belief that this is an unacceptable behavior, does that family have the right to raise their child or do with their child what they wish? Up to a point that they're an adult and they can make decisions on their own. What is conversion therapy? What does it even mean? Right? What the heck is that definition?
That's what I asked before we started filming.
Yes.
I'd like clarification.
So it's a heavy duty topic. I'm just saying, it's a heavy duty topic, What y'all's thoughts on this? Make sure you chime in. The question has been posed in the group at this point, so we're getting feedback. But before we dive in, shameless plugs.
It's my favorite part of the show.
Yes,
That's
right. This is, as we like to refer to it, our exorbitant pay package. All of the wine and or beer, or in this case, water, or vodka. Huge glasses of vodka.
We didn't even have any lime for him.
Right, I know. It's straight, hardcore chilled vodka. I think his is 151. It's Bacardi. Yeah. It doesn't even play. That's how he rolls. Right? Gangster like that. Shameless plugs. First up here, Miss Clara Johnson. Clara Johnson. You were in the group. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. We agree on nothing. And I love her. I love her for it. Always polite and always salient points that I appreciate.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for being on the show. Clara K, and that's Khay. Clara K. Johnson.
Volume.
That's your artist name.
Yes.
And I love your website.
Thank
It's
you.
really cool. Clarifications.
Nice.
It's like a dad joke. I mean, I love it. It's perfect. Clarifications.com. CLARAFICATIONS. It's on the screen. Check it out. Good stuff.
Thank you.
One funny thing about you that most people don't know. I still remember my childhood imaginary friend.
Oh, what's her name?
Packy Wilson. Packy Wilson. I love it.
Yes,
You got a
that was
Packy
my
Wilson
girl.
in your life.
That was my girl. We got in all kinds of trouble.
Wow. I need an imaginary friend.
Still great friends to this day.
Yeah.
I didn't do it, babe. It was me. It wasn't me.
That's
That
that
was my
was my
imaginary
story.
friend.
Packy did it.
There's a song about
Packy did
that.
Packy did
It
it.
wasn't me.
Yeah, wasn't me. Next up, Mr. Peej. It says
Yes,
PJ.
sir.
I'm just gonna say. My production crew gave me PJ. So, but we're calling it Peej.
That's me, you know, so.
You better leave it up to the man.
And by production, I mean the guy that filled out the form, which I mean, I'm not gonna name any names. Mr. Peej Cowan, artist name Peej, P-E-E-J. That's what you go by. That's
Yes,
that's
sir.
your
That's
jams.
you know, childhood nickname.
All right,
So just what kind of stuck.
all right, right on, right
I'm
on.
so glad mine didn't stick.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we're gonna go there. Don't look at me like that.
Instagram.com. I actually love this. G's Peej.
Nice.
Geezpeej. We got it on the screen so people can follow it. You don't have to rely on me. It's there. Favorite, funny thing. Favorite funny thing. It says my favorite. That's what threw me off. Favorite funny thing about Peej here. My favorite hobby is working on accents.
Oh, wow. Now you gotta give us one, right?
That's a good subject sound.
Are you Irish as well?
Yes.
I thought I was going to be the only
Break out
Irish.
in the room today. Break out with the Irish accent.
We lost Ireland. They're gone. They're gone. They tuned out. They're these idiots.
We're not doing this.
Hell no. What's your favorite? What's your favorite?
Probably my Australian one, you know. I often try to work on this, mate. So you know, I like to say that I'm from Bondi Beach,
Bondi Beach.
Australia.
Been there many times.
Many times,
Many times.
Just opened.
You know, like to throw some shrimp on a barbie.
Right. I feel you. You use a big knife. I mean, like, because normally,
Not a little knife.
right off the bat, you got to say that's not a knife.
Anybody from Australia, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Hello, Governor.
Not what y'all sound like.
They're all going. Australian people are going. Some freaking idiots.
All your Australian
We sound nothing like that. What the hell's wrong with these people? All right, next up, Tana. Tana Daughtrey. I had Tana, and I had to consult my notes.
Yes.
Yes, Tana Daughtrey. Business name, Coaching Life's Transitions at coachinglifetransition.com. Very good. You do life coaching.
I do life coaching, that's right.
It's very convenient based on the name. So,
It helps.
yeah. She's like, no, I'm a martial arts instructor.
Google search.
Coaching life transitions, very cool. Is it a general field or?
Right, trying to help different people transition, almost all either from where they're working to a new place or from working to retirement, different kinds of transitions.
Right on. Life is a series of transitions, that's for sure. I not happy.
Aw.
Hard on Dad.
Yeah. I walk in a room and I'm just like,
Oh, don't make me sad.
like looking around. Dad is
Hi,
sad.
Ashley.
Yes. Hi, Ashley. Yeah. Forced child labor when the show started out. Made her run all the cameras.
She ran on mine too.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I get it. Life
Right.
is a series of transitions. One funny thing about Tana that most people don't know, I was a professional musician in my teens and early 20s. You were a rock star.
I played the violin.
Played the
That's one
violin.
of my favorite.
You might recognize her. She used to go by the name Tiffany.
You're bad.
No, is that not right? Oh, bad information. All right, so we need to dive into the subject here, and give me your 1 minute bullet point brief. Don't debate each other yet. Save the juice. Conversion therapy. Does a family have their say, so to speak? Throw those away. It's gonna take them out of my hands.
That's right. For the flag over there.
Yeah, I get it. Does a family have the freedom to raise their child as they see fit, or we're like, that's a little weird as a society, and we're not going to allow that? What's your thoughts? Conversion therapy, should it be illegal? Should it be something that we outlaw as a society? Ooh, that was a good question.
I wonder what they're gonna say.
Let's stick around and find out. We'll be right back.
Do you have a sick roof? Well, DR Roofing Services can help. We will examine your roof, diagnose the problem, and prescribe a solution. Does your home need a facelift? DR Roofing Services offers a variety of general contracting services to get your home happy and healthy again. Honest, reliable, and trustworthy. DR Roofing Services. We make house calls.
What's your thoughts? Conversion therapy, should it be illegal? Should it be something that we outlaw as a society?
No, I don't think we should outlaw it. I mean, I don't know. Should it be legal? Should it be illegal? I think it's up to the family. It's none of my business.
Okay. All right. Peej?
Definitely think it should be illegal, and outlawed. I'm just going to save the rest for the discussion.
Save the juice.
Yeah.
Save the juice. Tana?
I agree. I think it should be illegal. It's hard to say illegal, but I think it is something that, as a society, we shouldn't support. Okay? And so I would say it should be illegal.
Okay. All right. Well, we're done. See you guys next week. We'll be back. All right. So, 2-4, 2 against, 2 against, 2-4, 1-4 on the subject. Elaborate. Why do you think it should be illegal? We got two folks here. Peej here said he was a hard no. I think that was off the air, so to speak. Why for you is it a no? I don't want to make this illegal.
We make so many things illegal. Like, we create so many laws to say what people should and shouldn't be doing.
We don't even enforce half of them, right?
To what end do we enforce them? And then to what end do we say this is illegal and that's illegal and you can't do this and you can't do that? I don't know that I agree that families should impose their values on their loved ones. I don't know that I agree with that. But as far as making it illegal, no, I don't, because it's a slope. It's a slope when you start.
Mm-hmm.
If it resonates with you that it should be illegal, then what's the next thing? And then you're going to get to a point where it's something you want and it's going to be illegal, and then who's going to come and help you make it be legal? That's kind of my philosophy.
We can discuss it while we're in jail.
Well, we can. We can discuss it over wine.
Or that, which sounds like a heck of a lot better idea.
Like the way you think.
Yeah. So for you guys, on the side of making it something that is actually, as a society, we come together and say this is an unacceptable behavior. Which, to me, that is the purpose of a law, is to say this is a minimum standard that we won't go beyond, right? And so conversion therapy, and as a society for you guys, you're saying this is a minimum standard we won't accept, right? Is there, to her point, like at what point is there a point where you're not okay? You seem like you're a little on the fence about the illegal thing, right?
I am a bit on the fence.
Government stepping in and saying, hey, this is not a legal behavior for you.
I think that as a society we shouldn't. I think it's wrong. I don't believe in conversion therapy. But then the step on making it illegal, I agree. I'm on the fence about whether you really can enforce laws about morals.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's where I was going to bring it. Was back to the religious practice being a sinful thing in most religions. How do you stop somebody from practicing a religion at that point?
Yeah, I can see both sides of this question. I make a practice. I'm a very spiritual person in my life. I'm an ordained minister for that matter. But I never, ever, doesn't matter what the argument is, argue anything related to my religion. I have a personal belief that God and everything connected to God.
After a six-pack, I beg to differ.
I have a belief that God and everything connected to God makes sense. It's logical. And so I don't need to mention God. I don't need to mention religion because it plays out logically. It makes sense. And so when discussing this subject related to homosexuality, the question I ask, I have friends, good friends, people that I'm very close to. So it has nothing to do with like not caring about these people and not having a love for these people. But to say, well, what's wrong with, if there's no God and there's no religion, what's wrong with homosexuality, right? And my question is, if I did anything to you that took 20 years of your life away, would you call it love? Because the average homosexual male lives 20 years less than the average heterosexual male.
But that's
right?
that's on a history base of.
It's related to disease and it's related to a lot of things.
We haven't actually had to deal with the disease related to that up until now, where it's been socially accepted. So once it's socially accepted, now we can actually look at the diseases as
we've been dealing
normal.
with disease for a long time.
Yeah.
But my point is to come back to the conversation.
Sorry.
That's okay. My point is to come back to the conversation is that when we start making decisions on something that's legal or not legal, every legality is based on a moral decision. Every. Doesn't matter what the law is. We're making a moral decision that this is a behavior that we do or don't accept. Right? And so by saying we're going to make it legal or not legal, we're making a moral decision, and we're saying that we're going to force you to accept our moral decision.
I like your shake of it. Please take it for me.
Yes.
One of you.
So I'm gonna turn it over from there.
I want to just yield to PJ.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't been
And that was kind of directing that at you two guys to say this is something that should be illegal. By saying that, you're making a moral statement. That's my point. And there, on the other side is a person that is saying, I'm making a moral statement too. All right, and this is my child or my loved one, and I choose to be free to raise them and impart whatever views I want because they're my child, right? And who are you as a government to use the force of government to come in and say this is or isn't acceptable? Does that make sense? So, run with it. That's y'all's. Yeah.
So not going to name any names, but I've had.
We should totally name names.
I've had people in my life.
It's on the screen right here.
Who have actually had to go through that conversion therapy.
Woo! Really?
And so I mean,
That's
to
rough.
a certain extent, it borderlines on child abuse. Depending on how young they are and
Sure.
the things they get put through. and just depending on where they go for it, it's almost
Brain conditioning
it's just trying to recondition someone by any means. So I understand how it's. I'm saying that's morally wrong. So, I mean, is it okay for parents to discipline their children however they want? Then is how I feel about it.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's good. It's good response.
So it's like if you don't have
the discipline.
Yeah, basically, So
it's a good response.
Ooh, yeah, great response.
Tana?
And we do legislate some in the family. We say, injury to a child. We have those types of laws that we say are not acceptable within society. I believe, and it's a hard one to get a specific answer for, but conversion therapy is so extreme to me that it goes into those areas, maybe even into existing laws. Is it abuse? Is it a form of abuse?
And conversion therapy kind of is a broader term because that can start from, just the conditioning of a bell and medicine and to electrotherapy. Yeah, so I mean, like you were saying, there's a line there that, somewhere legislation I could see stepping in on the electrotherapy bit.
Yeah. And so that's kind of, you know what, I want to pose this question, and we've got a break coming up. So this is, I'll give you guys the question, and then we'll have a little bit to ponder it. And that is, what is conversion therapy in your mind? Let's define that, because maybe we agree a lot more than we think, because we say, well, oh, that's definitely abuse. Oh, that's not abuse. Right? So maybe there's some agreement there. What is conversion therapy? We'll identify that when we come back from the break.
How much does it cost you to watch TV? The average household pays between $100 and $150 every month. Finally fed up with the rising cost of cable and satellite? Cut the cord and start watching the channels you want at a fraction of the cost. With IXQ TV, you'll have access to thousands of live TV channels, including sports, movies, news, premium networks, kids channels, and even local channels for as low as $39 a month. Stream in HD on your TV, tablet, phone, or even computer with multiple devices streaming at the same time. IXQ TV requires no contracts or credit checks, no installation or cancellation fees, no bogus surcharges or hidden fees. $39 a month means $39 a month. Say goodbye to high cable bills forever. Visit mycablebillstinks.com today.
Welcome back to The Art of Dispute. Oh my gosh. It was like an hour break.
Great break. I needed it.
Well, that's some hardcore, passionate discussion off air. Good stuff, man.
Behind the scenes footage coming soon.
Yeah.
As soon as I remember to press record on the camera. I didn't do it.
I can tell you that we live out the mission of the show on the show. That we passionately embrace disagreement. And talking it out and being real about it and not being jerks to each other. I think all of the staff on the show disagrees with me.
Today, yeah.
All of them.
Today,
everybody. And I love it. It's cool. Right?
Most days it's me.
True story. Look, man, society, we need to throw out ideas and be okay with disagreement. It's actually freaking great. Disagreement is wonderful, right? That's where the weak spots come to light.
It's just like failure to me.
Yeah.
You don't learn anything from being successful.
Right. True, right? There is no such thing as failure.
It's honest.
I forget who said it, some incredibly successful person, but it said that failure only exists for the person who quits. Right? As long as you keep going, right? When failure is just a learning tool. It's that part didn't work. Einstein, Edison, invented over 9,000 versions of the light bulb that didn't work. 9,000 plus.
What's the definition of insanity?
Yeah, exactly. But see, he wasn't doing the same thing.
Yeah.
It would fail, and then he modified.
Depending on
Fail,
who's looking at it.
modified. All right. So here we are discussing this crazy topic, and yeah, you know, I mean, like, there's a I think a preconceived idea of what conversion therapy is.
Yes, let's get into what.
And so
we
before
think
the break, we asked that question: what is conversion therapy? We may all be agreeing at this point, which is kind of how like all of our hot button topics happen. A lot of times there's not as much disagreement as people think, right? Media creates division, tries to separate us, but maybe just it's terms that we're like not agreeing upon, right? So what does conversion therapy mean for each of you guys in this conversation?
Who wants it?
Jump in, dive in. Peej over here looked like he was ready to go.
So I guess for me, conversion therapy, just what I've known, you know. No, it's hitting on board with a hammer.
That would convert me. Like, I'm just saying.
No.
All right, so it's the hooking little things up, shocking them, trying to just teach them that these thoughts are wrong. Or it'd just be like back in the day.
We agree on that point.
Yeah,
I'm not down with that. That's kind of weird.
In Catholic school, you know, and I know this for a fact from like family and everything. For people that were left-handed, they would get hit with a ruler.
Yeah, my dad was in it too.
Yep. And until they became right-handed and they learned to write right-handed. So I mean, is that not a
I went to Catholic school. That didn't happen, but I was right-handed, so.
That's a form of conversion therapy.
Down with the left-handed weirdos. No, that's a for real thing. They hit people with a ruler over the left-handed thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta use the right hand.
Wow. See, we're on the same page. See, right there you go. I'm not down with like smacking the left-handed people, unless they ask for it. I mean, it's a different thing.
What about?
It's another show.
What do you think conversion therapy is?
For me, conversion therapy is the extreme. I think of it as the electroshock therapy, that type of extreme actions to try to change a person.
All right.
If you
Electrodes is a common theme in the conversation. How about you?
To me, conversion therapy is anything that anyone tries to do to change people's behavior to suit them.
I'm right there on your definition.
It's a good
definition. It doesn't really matter. Now, the extremes are the tactics. You can argue, like you were saying, like hitting the hand. That's one form, but that's what conversion therapy is.
So
and I know that we're speaking of it to convert children who have gay or opposite gender tendencies to make sure that they don't go to the other gender, because it makes us uncomfortable that they would go to another gender. So we resort to measures to make sure that doesn't happen.
Well, uncomfortable that they talk to toasters.
That was off air. You're a toaster. Thank you for that.
Hey, I'm just trying to make some toast here.
If the toaster's saying something pretty good, man,
is the toaster giving you stock tips?
Like, hey,
how's that worked out?
I got 2 steaks in here, man. Come on, grab it.
Last time I talked to the toaster, it popped out some Pop-Tarts. I was pretty happy about that.
So, in that vein, let me ask you, conversion therapy. Dad, mom, they say, we want to send you to a counselor, and the counselor is going to counsel you on, it's a talking thing, and so we're going to counsel you on, we're going to have a conversation on why you feel the way you feel. And this is connected to the homosexuality thing, so I'll keep it in that vein. So you feel like you're attracted to the same sex, and the counselor is going to discuss with you why you feel that way, why you feel like you're attracted to the same sex.
Just the same reason I'm not attracted to the same sex.
What?
I mean, to me,
I missed it. Say that again.
Same reason I'm not attracted to the same sex. I mean, because I'm attracted to preference, right?
So, I guess I'm trying to fit that in there. I'm saying the counselor is going to ask you why you feel the way you do, right? And it's a discussion, and the whole discussion is rooted around identifying whether, and I'm talking this through as I'm saying it, so bear with me. To say your view is outside of what I'm not making a judgment to say it's good or bad. I'm asking you why you feel the way you do, right? And the norm, which is just majority, which I'm not saying is right or wrong, is this, and you feel differently. So I'm just trying to get a place on where you're at, and why you feel the way you do. And if I can bring your viewpoint into line with the majority, and on a willing process, and that gets labeled as conversion therapy, are y'all against that?
Ooh, that was a good question. I wonder what they're gonna say. Let's stick around and find out. We'll be right back.
If I can bring your viewpoint into line with the majority, and on a willing process, and that gets labeled as conversion therapy, are y'all against that?
I was going to say, in your hypothetical, you said that this was agreed. The person agreed to go to therapy.
No, that's a great question, right? What if it's a minor and their parents say, we want our child to go, right? And the child, for the hypothetical, so the child is neither here nor there about it.
Okay.
They're not like, yeah, I want to be in this, like what, teenagers, yeah, I want about anything. But they're not opposed. They're like, yeah, I feel different, whatever else, and happen to, under the premise that they're an expert or whatever, I'm okay with.
I don't think that that's illegal. Okay,
Or should be illegal.
I don't think it should be illegal. Yes.
It's called church.
It is. It is in part the religious.
A church counselor.
Yeah.
Right.
A religious type.
Doesn't have to be though.
Well, I mean,
therapy, but I think exploring the therapy part of it and exploring the majority view and their personal view is a good thing. So I don't feel like it's wrong.
Okay. Peej, how about you, man?
Well, I mean, it's kind of just like if anyone ever agrees on something, like, would that necessarily be wrong? As far as the hypothetical that so teenagers neither here nor there, I mean, I understand where that would lead to, conversion therapy shouldn't be illegal, but under that same circumstance, there's just a lot of things that we could question. If both parties are okay with it, is something illegal? Like, if you're okay with losing your left hand, and I really want to chop someone's left hand off,
sure.
Why should
Smoke
I go?
marijuana.
Yeah, why should I go to jail for what'll be called like attempted murder,
Right.
because you agreed that you wanted to lose your left hand.
Right. Oh yeah, no doubt. There's some really crazy stuff on that front.
Yeah, so
Right. Somebody that wanted to be eaten alive.
that's
Right.
Mhm.
Somebody that placed an ad, said, "Hey, I want to eat somebody," and somebody said, "Hey, I like that idea." 2 willing parties. Yet that was
I'll
illegal.
bring the
So
salt.
you in your scenario you discussed about what's normal and what's someone the minority is those who think that their child needs to be converted because they have a tendency. So that's the abnormal, right? But we do things and indoctrinate our children into a lot of things that we deem normal that don't necessarily are the best things for them. It's what you decide is best for your child. And we allow those things. We allow our children to go to churches, religions,
It's the monkey going up the ladder,
public
right?
schools.
Like, change out all the monkeys and they still don't go up the ladder.
Vaccinations, they get vaccinations. Should vaccinations be illegal? I mean, so like I say, it's none of my business. But I think when we start talking about making things illegal, there's so many things that you can look at and say,
Why
that's
is that
illegal.
not illegal?
Why is that not illegal?
Right.
Exactly.
We're gonna make this illegal. Why is that not illegal? Yeah. No, that's an excellent point. For me, at the point of a physical, like everybody seems to be on board with this. We had a question on the screen from Mars, who's in a statement, and she was talking about, can I hook up electrodes to you because you think you're Christian?
Yeah.
And I don't argue religion about anything. I'm like, I just want to be as objective and scientific as possible. And for me, I can scientifically measure the existence of Christ. I can scientifically, historically, etc., go into that conversation. But again, the voice talking to the toaster thing, I can scientifically measure that situation and know that there's no audible wavelength. I can measure on all sorts of wavelengths and know that that doesn't exist. And for me to embrace your idea that it does exist, I believe to be harmful to you. So as a caring thing, I can try to care for you.
And that's why parents want to have conversion therapy for their children.
Sure.
Because they know how society is going to treat them and the struggles that they're going to encounter. But should it be illegal? No.
Yeah. That's where I'm coming from. It's like at the point of which
I don't think.
at the point
Honestly,
of which
there are times electrotherapy is good for a person. Where there are times. I mean, where they are schizophrenic beyond. There are 7 people talking to you in the same sentence. They have no quality of life, and a zap will reset them.
should some conversion therapy, whatever we define conversion therapy as, be something that we outlaw? If I'm a parent of a child, to say you hold a belief or a view that's different from the perceived norm of our society, not making a judgment on right or wrong, just saying you hold a view that's out of sync with the norm, would it be illegal, or should it be illegal, to say, I want you to speak to a counselor and talk through these ideas, and if possible, this is the tricky part, if possible, bring your views into a line with what is the perceived norm.
Which is medicine as a whole.
Right.
Please.
She's shaking her head. So y'all give me your closing thoughts on this, and we got to wrap up the show. We've talked way too long. We've talked way too long.
I don't necessarily agree with conversion therapy. Let me say that. But I do not believe that it should be illegal. And the reason why I think it should not be illegal, in the case of a minor, right? So these are their parents. These are the parents they're born into. And some people may even say we pick our parents. So, yeah, I haven't...
Stardust.
We got a whole nother show.
Yeah, we do.
But, so I think it's the parents' right to decide for a minor if they want to see their child go a certain way. Now that's their decision, because they brought the child to the world. But I don't think there's just so many, like, too many laws, too many moral discussions, too many people thinking that they have the right answer, even parents thinking they have the right answer for their children. It's just, we have to, like, come to an understanding that we're all human. We're all on a earthly pilgrimage. We get to experience this life the way we want to. We should not be making everything illegal just because we don't think it should be legal.
Down with that.
Peej. Definitely still think it should be outlawed, just due to, more often than not, it's extreme cases that go on with conversion therapy. And also, I totally understand what you're saying. I know there's some people that actually argue that, I wasn't asked to be born, so why do I have to, you didn't get my consent to birth me. So that's totally different.
It's a little weird.
So that's an opposite one.
Yeah, so
I like
closing thought, definitely still think it should get outlawed.
Tim?
I will say, on the idea of therapy, and therapy to even bring the person within the norm, I don't think that should be illegal. I go with the extreme case, and I do believe that should be illegal. In some form, I think it is. But the otherwise, I personally don't believe in conversion therapy. I'm like you, Clara. I don't believe in it. But I don't believe either we can legislate it in that way.
All right. Wow. Excellent freaking show. Really, really enjoyed.
So much more to say.
Yeah. Really enjoyed the discussion.
Seeping out of my ears.
But as always, we're not going to nail down all the world's problems here in 44 minutes on this show, plus commercials. So hop into the group, go to artofdispute.com, and join the discussion 24/7, because this conversation is taking place over there all day, every day. We posted this topic, and it's blowing up. So make sure you guys tune in. Peej, we need to get some mad talent happening right here at the end of the show. So what are you going to play for us, and where can we find it? And take it away.
What does the future mean to you?
Hi guys, my name is Peej. This is New Year's Eve 18, and you can find it on soundcloud.com/GsPeej with the G. He don't deserve you, and I never hurt you. I got these feelings, I need your love. I got these urges, I need your touch. I got what money can't buy. This single hit like a natural high. When you think of me, he's right by your side. That's a mistake. You need a break, and I need to say, why'd you go back to him? He is not me, y'all are not we. There's just one us, and you broke the trust, but I'll take you back. It isn't that bad, and I need my fam. Yeah, you see, your son needs a dad, not just a father, but I get it, babe. I just won't bother, but this thing is lonely. You left me on red. I feel like I lost what little I had. This is my third bottle, I'm breaking the glass. I'm going full throttle, I'm punching the dash. I'm swerving all over, I'm moving too fast. And you are still sober, I think of our last. He don't deserve you, and I never hurt you. I got these feelings, I need your love. I got these urges, I need your touch. I got what money can't buy. This single hit like a natural high. When you think of me, he's right by your side. Time together's just a thing of the past. If I could, I would go back, change around the whole thing in the flash. I hit a ditch and I hear a loud crash. Car is torn apart in the pieces. As I lay there, I come up with a thesis. If I were to die before I wake, my heart would be broken, and that's a mistake. Should I pray the Lord my soul to take? Should I try to get out for my own sake? If I die, what would they all say? If I die, would you take all the blame? Would you feel any of the shame? If you didn't, then babe, I would get it. It's not like I have to be in game, although I trade in this fortune and fame. That's a mistake. I need a break, and you something that don't come across as so vague. But I can still dream and make you believe in me. Cause when I wake, then I will say, he don't deserve you, and I never hurt you. I got these feelings, I need your love. I got these urges, I need your touch. I got what money can't buy. This single hit like a natural high. When you think of me, he's right by your side. He don't deserve you, and I never hurt you. I got these feelings, I need your love. I got these urges, I need your touch. I got what money can't buy. This single hit like a natural high. When you think of me, he's right by your side. Just wanna shout out my brother Robin on the production on this. Thank you guys.
Yeah. Rock and roll, brother. That was awesome. Way to go, way to go, way to go. What was that song called again?
New Year's Eve 18.
New Year's Eve 18. Where can they find it at?
SoundCloud.com/G's Peej with a G.
Right on, right on. Well, you make sure you check out the lower thirds, as it's called in the profession, for links to the performance. Awesome talent, man. Another great show. Another great topic. Intense debate all throughout, off air, on air. It was good stuff. We'll be back next week with another hot topic. We'll see you then.
How am I bad at clapping right now?